And so Tau 44 once again stood dead fast against the storm, unwavering and resolute, no matter the circumstance or the odds. For dead men don't fear that which has already taken them.
Thrust into a mission against forces unknown, the Phalanx found themselves tangled deep in a conspiracy to destroy the Foundation and all that it stood for. Coming face to face with a threat that was all too familiar. Engaging in a game of cat and mouse, the Templars, an army of zealots eager for revenge, and led by a reality bender, wreaked havoc across the globe. However, unlike the last leader of the Templars, this one was an enigma, a shadowy and masked individual, with no name and no background. In a showcase of his reality warping power, the Jester laid bare his origins and made clear his motives.
The Jester, of previously unknown origin, was an SCP, free of his containment, once located on the very island that the Phalanx calls home. In an effort to learn more of their newfound enemy, the Phalanx set forth to Site-232, once a state-of-the-art containment facility, now a ruin buried deep into the earth.
In that ruin, they found the secret to destroying Jester, but it was too good to be true.
Trapping the one true threat to his existence, Jester collapsed Site-232 further into the ground, leaving the Phalanx with a choice: suffocate or take a leap of faith.
The choice was obvious. That leap of faith ultimately led them back home, to Zone 51. As though living their own Groundhog Day, the Phalanx found their home once again engulfed in a bloody conflict between a new enemy and the island's weary defenders.
The Templars, stunted by the Phalanx and desperate to overcome Zone 51's defenses, had sought a new source of manpower. Using their stolen artifact, they enslaved the minds of a nation and used them as cannon fodder for their crusade.
With the return of Tau 44 came a reinvigorated defence of Zone 51. Tau 44, fighting side by side with NU-7, regained lost ground and started pushing the Templars and their slave army back into the sea from whence they came. Growing desperate in the face of yet another failed attempt to take Zone 51, the Templars struck at Tau 44's heart, Site-231. But yet again, they ultimately failed, with the Phalanx once again overcoming insurmountable odds to gain their victory.
Knowing victory was unlikely, Jester shifted the Templars into a defensive posture while he explored his own mysterious goals.
Desperate to know what the Jester was up to, and not knowing what the Templars were planning, Tau 44 struck at a large gun emplacement the Templars had built to the south. There they found intel that would lead them to a location that not even their own command wanted them to see.
Disobeying orders not to proceed further, Detachment 1 under the command of Jansen set forth to investigate what exactly Jester wanted with this classified island.
Detachment 1 landed on the island to find a Foundation facility. Within, its occupants had been slaughtered by Jester and his Templars.
Deep within, they found more questions than answers.
Jester, having found no answers to his questions, believed that all was lost. Gathering all his remaining forces, the Templars fled south in an attempt to flee and fight another day.
Using every piece of ordnance and technology at their disposal, Tau 44 decisively crushed the Templars. In the chaos that ensued, Jester fled, abandoning his men and his mission. His only desire? To be free of death and live a normal life. Ultimately, an impossibility. That brings us to the present, and the future. Guilty of treason, sedition, and subversion against the Foundation, Operative Jansen was removed from his command post within Mobile Task Force Tau 44 and demoted to Class D. Having been responsible for giving the command to investigate Site-233, and ultimately being responsible for the situation that resulted in blue on blue between task forces. This was not the first time such an event had occurred as a result of Jansen's actions, raising suspicions within the Foundation.
Tau 44's Detachment 1, having simply followed orders given to them by their commander, was not charged with any crimes. However, due to the sensitive nature of Zone 51 and Tau 44's innate ability to draw conflict their way, Site 231 was decommissioned, and Tau 44 moved to a new location, for good.
The O4, unwilling to give command to someone within the detachment again, pushed Tau 44 into an experimental Foundation program, involving the usage of highly advanced artificial intelligence for command and control, allowing express control and ultimate obedience with no human emotions or schemes within their leadership.
The Templars, annihilated to the last man, were no longer a major threat. Not right now, at least. Wealthy and powerful individuals, formerly known as the Round Table, responsible for the funding and support of the Templars, are still at large, posing the risk of rebuilding a new group in the image of the Templars. A risk the Foundation cannot take. Only once they are out of the picture can the Templars truly be forgotten.
Another notch on the spears of the Phalanx. On to another mission. Always someone or something that needs killing.